Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a look at something a bit different. It's the recent interlude overview for the Lucid Journeys audio series.
Yeah, it's interesting material. Not quite a full story episode, more like a marker.
Exactly. It feels like an invitation, really,
Yeah.
to kind of pause with the series, look back at Phillip Aisling's journey, and then, well, brace for what seems like a pretty big next step.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's unpack this fascinating bridge material. The mission seems pretty clear. First, sort of distill what Phillip's actually learned so far, which is huge.
It really is.
And second, get into the nuts and bolts. You know, why the pause now? And what's this big expansion they're hinting at?
And right off the bat, it's clear this message is for the community. You can feel it talking directly to, well, the listeners, the lucid dreamers, the philosophers, the seekers who've been following along.
Yeah, there's a real sense of gratitude in there.
Definitely. It stresses how much this whole thing relies on people subscribing, sharing, engaging. It's like that energy is what's powering this next phase.
And it's been quite a phase one, hasn't it? I mean, 30 releases,
Yeah.
including 10 of those deep dive episodes.
Yeah, a substantial amount of content.
All focused on introducing Phillip Aisling and, well, his pretty intense awakening. You know, figuring out consciousness, the multiverse, these hidden layers of reality, as they call them.
And if you boil down that first phase, Phillip's big shift is from, like, total confusion about his dreams.
Right, thinking they're just random static.
Exactly, to realizing, no, wait, these are real alternate layers of actual existence. That's a massive leap.
It is, and the guide figure seems crucial here, the metaphysician.
Absolutely central.
Okay.
The material points to the metaphysician as the one providing the framework, the understanding, and the core lesson. It's profound.
Which is?
And that reality isn't just there. It's not passive. It's something, and this is the quote, we assemble with consciousness itself.
Wow, so Phillip's attention, his belief, it actually shapes his world.
That's the core mechanic, yeah. It's not just a philosophical idea in the series, it's how things work.
And we saw that play out, didn't we? Exploring things like déjà vu, parallel timelines, even the fifth dimension. But it wasn't abstract.
No, not at all. It had real stakes for Phillip. It connects back to the title of the first book, too, right? Dreams of Phillip Aisling and the Numinous Nagwaagan.
Ah, the Nagwaagan.
Okay.
So the filter, the Nagwaagan, it's necessary because this lucid continuum isn't always safe. It contains threats.
Drayths, like nightmare spirits. Okay, so we have the basic mechanics, the tools, the local threats. But then the narrative goes broader, doesn't it? It gets into some really advanced metaphysical stuff.
Oh, definitely. This is where it gets really ambitious. It starts exploring things like parallel timelines. And it brings in this concept of the fifth dimension.
The fifth dimension, how does that fit in? Is it like another place?
Not exactly a physical place you travel to. The way the sources frame it, the fifth dimension is the dimension of potential, of choice. It's where all possible outcomes of any given moment exist simultaneously, like a vast web.
All possible outcomes existing.
Simultaneously. And your focused attention, Phillip's focused attention, acts like the needle on a record player, stabilizing one trajectory, one path through that web of potential timelines.
Wow. Okay, so attention isn't just about noticing things. It's about actualizing a specific reality out of infinite potential.
That's the core concept being explored, which connects directly to how the narrative explains things like déjà vu.
Right. Déjà vu. How does that fit into parallel timelines?
The sources suggest it's not just a brain glitch. It's a momentary bleed-through, a flicker of awareness from an adjacent timeline.
You mean a timeline where you made a slightly different choice a second ago?
Exactly. Or where some event unfolded just a tiny bit differently. It happens, the narrative suggests, when your focus wavers, becomes momentarily fragmented. The layers kind of shimmer and overlap for an instant.
So maintaining focus isn't just for productivity, it's for maintaining timeline stability. That puts a whole new spin on being distracted.
It really does. The implication is that scattered attention or deep indecision could actually be forces of, well, dimensional instability in this model.
Which raises a huge question for you, the listener, right? If your attention really does shape reality on this kind of scale, what are the consequences of where you put your focus day to day?
It's a central theme. The source material digs deep into that instability, connecting it to free will, determinism. It's a massive exploration across multiple story arcs. The sheer number of possible realities implies a need for constant vetting of where you place your attention.
He's not just a passenger, he's actively involved in steering and shaping through his focus.
So that really lands the main idea for anyone just jumping in or maybe needing a refresher.
Exactly. Your dreams, your waking life, they're not separate. They're like two sides of the same conscious universe. And Phillip's learned to cross that line intentionally.
Which makes the timing interesting. Why pause now, right when things are getting so deep?
Well, the material is clear. It's a short pause, and it's purposeful, strategic even.
Yeah.
It's all hands on deck preparing for the Kickstarter launch. This isn't just like funding the next few episodes. It seems like it's funding a whole new level of the project.
The next phase, which has an official title now.
It does. Book 2. Dreams of Phillip Aisling and the Lucid Multiverse.
Lucid Multiverse. Okay, that definitely signals an expansion.
And the plans sound like more than just writing the next chapter. They mention upgrades to the whole experience.
Like what?
Things like a redesigned reading experience for the print book, lots of new art, and this is really interesting, interactive dream world expansions.
Interactive. What does that even mean in this context?
It's intriguing, isn't it? The goal seems to be pulling the audience deeper in, making them feel less like observers and more like, well, participants somehow in Phillip's reality.
Okay, that sounds ambitious. But before we get lost in Book 2 excitement, there's some important news about Book 1 people need to know now.
Right. This is timely. A second edition of Book 1 Dreams of Phillip Aisling and the Numinous Nagwaagan is almost ready.
And the key thing is...
Once it's out, it completely replaces the first edition. The original one will be gone.
Okay, so heads up for collectors or anyone who wants the very first version with the original text and art. The window on that is closing.
It seems like it, yeah. If you want that specific first edition, now's probably the moment.
And how do people grab it? Where should they go?
They've made it pretty straightforward. Everything's centralized. The ebook is $7.99 on Amazon.
Okay.
The paperback, if you like holding the book, is $24.
Got it.
And the audiobook is under $14. Or if you have Audible, it's actually free with your membership.
Right. And the main place to find all those links?
PhillipAisling.com. That's the hub. PhillipAisling.com. All the links, past, present, future stuff, it's all there.
Good. So looking ahead then, Book 2, Lucid Multiverse. What can we expect? The honeymoon's over? Is that the vibe?
That's definitely the implication. Phillip now has to face the consequences of what he's learned. Awakening isn't just enlightenment and cool powers, apparently. It means dealing with the fallout. The line between worlds isn't just blurring. The material suggests it's going to, actively fracture.
Wow. So the themes are getting heavier too.
Seems so. They mention moving beyond the basics into deeper mechanics of dream navigation, more significant reality shaping, and importantly, the ethics of awakening.
Ethics. Okay, that's a big one. If he's shaping reality with his mind, does that mean things can go wrong? Badly wrong.
It certainly implies the stakes are incredibly high. Why let's talk about ethics, right?
No.
The power is real, so the consequences must be real too. Your choices, your focus, they don't just affect you anymore. They ripple out.
So Book 2 is about that responsibility.
It sounds like it. The responsibility of being truly conscious in a universe that responds to consciousness. It's a powerful shift.
Which just ramps up the anticipation for this Kickstarter launch.
Yeah.
So how should people stay plugged in during this pause, especially if they want those early bird deals?
The number one way, according to the source material, is the newsletter.
At PhillipAisling.com again.
Yep, same place, PhillipAisling.com. Signing up there gets you the first notification about the Kickstarter, sneak peeks, access to those exclusive rewards right away. That's the main channel.
Okay, newsletter first. Anything else?
Yeah, they also recommend following on social media. They'll be posting new art, some behind-the-scenes bits. It keeps you connected, keeps the buzz going during this quiet phase.
Right, maintaining momentum.
So when you step back and look at this whole interlude message, what does it all mean for you listening right now?
Yeah, what's the big takeaway?
I think the key feeling isn't urgency or worry. It's continuity and optimism. The message is basically, we're pausing, but the dream isn't ending.
It's just deepening. Like that.
Yeah, it's like this pause is needed to make the next part as big and as immersive as the story demands.
Makes sense. It's definitely an adventure that feels like it's still unfolding, and they encourage listeners to be part of that growth. Right?
Absolutely. Follow, like, share Lucid Journeys. All that helps the creative work expand, helps the community grow.
And one last plug for the website?
Definitely. Sign up at PhillipAisling.com. Get those Kickstarter updates, more explorations you won't want to miss when that Lucid Multiverse properly kicks off.
Sounds essential.
And maybe the final thought to leave everyone with, drawing from the series itself. The work in consciousness doesn't really stop, does it? Even when the story pauses.
Good point.
So the challenge, maybe, is to keep your own awareness tuned during this break. Stay lucid. Be ready for whatever comes next when that Kickstarter goes live.